Gigi Berardi, FoodWISE, setting my recording here. And I continue with this section on fierce food beliefs, talk about food beliefs in farming systems, and then share an article. So let's begin with this. Part of being food wise is trusting our own instincts. Every decision in the garden, the grocery store, or the kitchen is colored by the entire history of our relationship with food. Where does this relationship come from, and how can we take apart and recognize the influence of our parents, mass media, and our own research as we make those decisions? My mother had many food beliefs, and I must admit they have rubbed off on me. Milk was important. She told me it would help build strong bones. Every day before going off to school, she made sure I had 2 nickels wrapped in a handkerchief and tied off with a rubber band. My mother tucked the coins in my pocket, and I would use them to buy a small carton of milk. She also had some pretty magical beliefs about quote unquote brain food. Eat liver or fish or that milk I bought, and you will grow smarter. Fortunately, she limited lunch fare to sandwiches made from canned fish, more like what my classmates were eating, saving liver for dinner. Is my brain better because of this? I'd like to think so. Fish do contain key omega-3 fatty acids, though I'm not sure my mother knew this when I was growing up. And that's the thing. Many of us hold strong food beliefs that have nothing to do with science or accepted fact. Anything, from childhood associations to the power of advertising, can affect what we believe about food. And those beliefs wind up shaping our food choices. So tomorrow we'll talk about how beliefs help organize our world. That is true not just for eating systems, but farming systems as well. And I must say that today I had a very enjoyable hour and a half with colleagues at the Goetheanum in Dornach, Switzerland, and my students in a class I teach at Western Washington University called International Business and Food Sustainability. And we talked about a particular farming system called biodynamic farming or biodynamic agriculture, in which the farm is considered as an organism, as a living organism, which has its own individuality associated with it. But it's a kind of farming that really develops the farmer as much, if not more, than the farm itself. And it comes with a pretty strong set of beliefs. Some farmers practice biodynamic farming without buying into those set of beliefs. That's very true. But I also say that there is a strong set of beliefs too for organic farming and for permaculture and for conventional farming of all sorts. Some of the beliefs are based in fact, arising from practices. If I spray this, then I will have less of this, or I will have more of that. Maybe. So just as we question our beliefs in food that we buy, food that we eat, so we need to do that with farming practices. And that, of course, was the very subject of part 1 of my book. Today, the article looks at increases in COVID cases. So I talk about beliefs because they're very important as we're trying to discern what are some of the key critical variables in controlling the contagion. And it certainly seems like social distancing and taking precautions in terms of personal protection equipment are relevant. The article has different vignettes, and one of which is talking about McDonald's, who's deciding to hold off for another week, opening the remainder, 85% of its facilities, stores that still don't have seating. So it's a list of all the pause that's happening right now.